G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today is June 12, 2023, the start of the trading week. You can see here on a spot silver price, we've got a neutral positioning on the weekly and also the daily. So our backtesting here should not be executed or running at the moment in terms of the logic we apply. So let's look at each of these, but we do have a divergence on the downside. So let's look at each of these in detail. On the weekly, first off, we've got a triple moving average and on the price chart and a moving average on the CCI 150, and they're not aligned. So it was bullish during those last few weeks, but it's actually broken to a neutral positioning because they're not aligned in the last few weeks as well, a couple of weeks more recently. On the daily though, it has been in a downswing during that period, and we're currently in a neutral positioning. It's making a bit of a retracement to the upside. The reason for this as well, we did have a bearish divergence playing out here, and that worked versus a bullish divergence on the price chart, and we had a target area there in that little rectangle, and it hit our target area, which was the 38 to the 50% level, and it went as far as this support area at 2267. So what are we looking at a closer time frame? That's on the daily. On the hourly, we've got a couple of divergence. Actually, let's look at this. Sorry about the technicolor here, but I'm just using these as a reference point. So first off, we go back here. We've got this longer term on the hourly, a bullish divergence versus a bearish divergence on the price chart. And we did put a target in here, two target areas. You can see there it hit both. Initially hit this first target area more recently, and then it broke into that little secondary target area along that key resistance at 2453. Now if we zoom in as well, we've got a smaller divergence playing out, and that's this bearish divergence versus a bullish divergence on the price chart. That's our little channel we drew in that divergence range, and it broke down just below that channel after our last video. That dotted line was our last video posting. It broke down just after that video was posted, and it's currently making inroads in towards our target. And I drew this target area in that range there, so that should have been going back to that area there. If I drew a target, that would have been back in the recent highs. So our initial target area would be now between that 38% to that 50% level. So it's on its way of getting there, and our secondary target would be down to the 61%. Now if it breaks below the 61%, let me just draw that secondary target as well. That 50% down to the 61%. So we're looking at it hitting this initial target at 38% in that range there. But if it breaks below this 50%, then it's going to enter our 50 to 61% target area. And if it breaks below that 61%, then we're looking at a longer term potential trend direction change. And it may well come down and rest on this diagonal descending line. So at the moment, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Our initial target area will be this first rectangle at the 38% level on that wider Fibonacci range. And if I zoom out, as I said in the beginning, these back tests work when the three timelines, the weekly, the daily, and the hourly, are aligned. So you can see back here during that period there, when the weekly was long, during that period when the daily was long, you would have traded the same period, and that was back in around March this year. So that was back there. So you would have traded long positions in that area there, going long only. You would have avoided going short. So this back test runs throughout the whole period. There's no discrimination with weekly and daily trends, and that's why you would have avoided those average downs. We don't use stop losses. So you can see there during that period, that was during that decline, and you would have traded long positions only. And the reverse happens when the price is going in a short environment, as in that area there. You would have taken short positions back here when they align, and the same short positions back here as well. So to understand how to trade this and other trading strategies, reference the links in the description below. Subscribe to my Patreon page, where we also look at weekly scans of stocks, currencies, and commodities. Subscribe, like, and share the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.